Hi, and welcome to Perpetual Fitness Training. My name is Holly, and I'm going to be your instructor for this yoga session today. This yoga session is all about the standing poses. I designed this workout for something my city put on, and it was happening on Main Street, which is just a road in my city. And we were trying to introduce different exercise programs to people, one being yoga. I wanted to make sure we weren't doing anything on the ground though, because I figured most people, especially if they're new to yoga, are not going to have a yoga mat or bring a yoga mat. So I wanted all the poses to be in a standing position. And I thought, this is probably good for many people. There are times when I travel and go to hotel rooms and there's no way I'm getting on that floor. So for any of those kind of situations where maybe the inability to get on the floor or you personally just want to do something a little different, this workout is for you. All you're going to need today is potentially a block and a mat, some soft, quiet music playing in the background, and just a nice, relaxed attitude. So go ahead and grab those materials and let's get started. All right, so for this beginning of this yoga, we're going to go ahead and start at the very front of our mat in a basic yoga pose called mountain. So at the front of your mat, your feet are hip width apart. We're creating a nice foundation. I want you to just gently bend the knees. So it's not an exaggerated bend. It's not locked. It's just a little bit, just enough to let blood flow from the bottom of your legs back to your heart. You're tucking that tailbone, pulling that belly in nice and tight. I want you to lengthen that spine, round your shoulders, squeeze those shoulder blades together, opening up through the chest. Your palms can be forward or they can be turned toward the body. There's space between your chin and your chest. I want you to relax your eyes, close those eyes, release that jaw. And if you want to, you can just grip the mat with those toes. Think about being planted or rooted down through the feet. And now focusing on the breath, inhaling through the nose, big inhale. Exhale, just sigh it out, giving me an audible exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. One more time, deep inhale. Exhale, relaxing those shoulders. Let's go ahead and inhale through the nose. Now slowly and quietly exhaling through the nose, relaxing the eyes, relax any tension from the forehead and around the temples. Inhale, filling up the belly. As you slowly and in control exhale, I want you to think about relaxing the muscles around the eyes, release the jaw. Inhale. Feel that relaxation move down the neck and into the shoulders. Your heart is still lifted. You're still pulling those shoulder blades together. You're not rounding, but your shoulders are relaxed. Inhale. On this exhale, I want you to think about relaxing down through your midsection, front and back, all the way down. Release the glutes. Feel those thighs relax, the kneecaps relax. And one more long exhale from the kneecaps down, just releasing the muscles through the shins, the calves, the feet, and finally the bottom of the feet. Finding your balance. We're going to bring our focus to our feet. So I want you to really focus on the pressure on the feet. So you're not coming into the toes, you're not leaning back into the heels, your feet are not rolled out, they are not rolled in. You're right in the center of those arches, balanced perfectly on those feet. You can grip the mat with those toes for a little more stability, especially with those eyes closed, but you don't have to. And make sure you're not putting pressure in those toes. You're sitting over what they call all four corners of the feet. Opening those eyes, we're going to take a nice big inhale. We're going to reach those arms up. I want you to interlace those fingers above your head. And you're going to take the first finger pointing to the ceiling. Exhale, you're going to drop the shoulders, lifting the heart, big inhale. As you exhale, we're going to go ahead and take it to the right. And this is just a gentle bend. Breathing into the side. So as you breathe, you're thinking about separating those ribs. Long exhales, relaxing those shoulders. One more time, big inhale. Big exhale. We're going to inhale, tighten the belly. We're going to take it to the center. On the exhale, we're going to drop those shoulders and now move to the other side. We're reaching out with those fingers as we're drawing those shoulder blades down. We're keeping that belly nice and tight, keeping that breath deep, those shoulders relaxed. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale, coming back to the center. Let's go ahead and take those hands into prayer at the heart center. We're going to stretch through the neck. We're going to bring the chin into the chest. As you do this, I want you to lift your heart up, keeping those knees soft. Slowly roll your right ear to your right shoulder. And I want you only to go as far as it takes to feel the pull. So don't give yourself a goal or a place you have to reach. I just want you to start moving the neck. And when you feel the pull, I want you to hold. Breathe. Relaxing the shoulders. Give me an inhale. And on the exhale, chin to chest, hold right in the center, lifting the heart to meet that chin, dropping those shoulders down. Moving to that next side, big inhale. As you exhale, you're rolling to that other shoulder and hold. Now it's important that you drop that right shoulder as you're bringing the ear to the left side, just to get this nice long stretch. Big inhale. As you exhale, we're going to take the chin into the chest again. Hold as you lift that heart, feeling the stretch down the back of the neck. It may even continue down that spine if your spinal muscles are tight. And let's go ahead and take that head up, big inhale. On the exhale, right ear, right shoulder. So now we're just moving laterally or to the side. We're keeping those shoulders down. We're still lifting that heart up. Knees are still soft. You're still pulling that tailbone slightly under belly tight. Deep inhale. As you exhale, we're lifting that head up and taking it to the other side. Again, we're dropping that right shoulder as we move the head to the left. And let's go ahead and bring it up. And then one more time, chin to chest, lifting the heart. Now let's go ahead and take that head up. And on the exhale, we're going to take the head back, keeping that jaw closed, stretching out through the front of the neck. Now listen to your doctor. If this is a move that you have been told not to do, you can go ahead and keep stretching chin to chest. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Trying to keep the teeth together. And let's go ahead and take it up. We're going to move a little deeper with these neck stretches. We're going to take right ear, right shoulder. We're going to gently reach up with the right hand and just pull it a little deeper, just feeling a deeper stretch. We're going to reach that left arm just out to the side and hold. You can feel the stretch as it moves down that left arm. If they're tight, I generally always feel it moving down that arm. Let's go ahead and take it up, big inhale. On the exhale, other side. So let's go ahead and reach up with the left hand. We're going to gently guide the ear to the shoulder. We're going to release that right shoulder and just reach that arm out to the side, feeling the pull down the arm. Soft knees. And we're going to go ahead and come back into the center, taking those hands into prayer at the heart. We're going to do some neck rolls, chin to chest, lifting the heart. Big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to start going right ear, right shoulder. Nice and slow, shoulders are relaxed. We're going to take it back, keeping that jaw closed. Slowly moving over to the opposite shoulder. Chin to chest, take a nice big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to move the opposite direction. Coming back to the center, lift your heart, hold, inhale. Exhale, back to the right, keeping those shoulders relaxed, jaw closed. Center, heart lifts, inhale. Exhale, left. To the center. Let's take that head up, big inhale. On the exhale, let's just release the hands back down next to the body. Big inhale, arms reach all the way up. As we exhale, we're just going to slowly come on down, nice and easy swan dive. You can really bend the knees here if you're tight, if that feels good to you. When you come down, you're going to come down anchored. So hands to a block or the floor, let the crown of the head drop. I want you looking at those knees, allowing that neck to relax. Now, if you can't touch the floor and don't need the block, you can feel free to just bring the hands to the floor. Deep inhale. On this exhale, we're going to take those hands, we're going to grab the opposite elbows. You're just going to let your head drop, making sure now maybe this time you're looking at the thighs. I just want you to shake your head out a little bit. Coming back to the center, chin to chest. Head all the way back. This is an exaggerated and slow nod of the head. Coming back to the center. Let's go ahead and take the chin to the shoulders, side to side. So this is going to be a slow and exaggerated no. Stay relaxed in that upper body, working through those hamstrings at the same time. Coming back to the center, let's go ahead and release. Let that head drop. If your knees are bent, I want you to go ahead and start to straighten them a little bit more. We do, again, want that little tiny bend to let blood flow, but not an exaggerated bend and definitely not locked knees. Now we're going to bend those knees, rolling up. You can place your hands to the thighs if you need that help with that low back. At the top, we're just going to do a slow shoulder roll. Let's go ahead and take those arms up. Big inhale. Again, interlacing those fingers, first finger points up, big inhale. As we exhale, let's go ahead and just take it into the heart. So we're going to start in this position and then we'll move to that arm straight out position. We're going to start with back bend. You're going to press your hips forward, arch your back, lift your heart, and at first I just want you to come up and look at the ceiling. Hold and breathe. Tummy tightens, big inhale. Exhale, we're going to come on up and let's go ahead and round down. So again, hands can follow the legs. Moving into the counter pose for that back bend, which is forward fold. Keeping that belly pulled in, again, looking at those thighs or those knees, relaxing through that neck. Let's go ahead and bend those knees, belly tight. We're going to slowly roll up. At the top, it's a shoulder roll. All right, let's go ahead and move into that again. Nice big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to take those hands into prayer at the heart. So we're going to move a little deeper. Hands are going to stay at the heart. Straight legs, slight tiny bend. Tuck your tailbone, push your hips forward, lift your heart, arch your back. Maybe this time you can go just a little deeper. Maybe you're looking a little further behind. Stay in control. You should stay comfortable, right? It's no pain at all. You may feel those muscles working. Maybe stretching, breathe into that belly. And let's go ahead and inhale up. And then we're just going to slowly roll down. All right, so for this next one we're going to do, I'm going to show you a little more advanced move using those arms in a straight line. Bending those knees, slowly rolling up. Really think about this spinal flexion as we do this rounding in the back. As long as your doctor says it's okay, I want you to really round as you come up and get that counter stretch. All right, Inhale, arms up. So here you can keep those arms up, or you can go ahead and take it down into that prayer position. Your arms are reaching for the ceiling. It's the same move, pushing those hips forward, squeezing those glutes, lift the heart, round back as far as you'd like, but I want you to keep the arms where they are. So you can see as I come back, I'm not bringing my arms with me. They're staying up. And I do this instead of bringing the arms overhead, strictly because it's a lot less shear force on that low back. We only have one body. So I don't know why you want to be too hard on it. If you can be safe with it and it's easier or gentler on the body, I'm always an advocate of that. So this is better, not only for the front, but as well for the back. And if you just take your hands back, you'll notice a huge difference in how this feels. Inhale up, hands in prayer, slowly coming down, getting in that counter stretch. Make sure when you come down into this forward fold position, you're relaxing the neck. You can shake it out. All right, now that we're in forward fold, we're just going to take it just a little bit deeper. We're actually going to bend into the right knee. So bending that right knee, keeping that left leg nice and straight. Again, drop the head. Look at those legs. And I want you to focus on the breath. Relaxing through the shoulders. All right, take a nice big inhale and exhale, switch. Big inhale. Exhale, both legs straight. Now we're going to step back with the right foot. We're going to move into a runner's lunge. Now, if you have a block, you are free to use that block as we step back. If there is a bed or something nearby, you can place your hands on that. You can also place your hands on your thighs. Scoot that back leg as far back as it will go. If you can, you're going to take your hands down. Remember, you can take both to the inside if that allows you to drop a little deeper. And I want you just to hold it here. We're trying to keep this back leg straight. We're pressing the back of the knee toward the ceiling. We're pushing that heel back. We're drawing the hips toward the floor so that you feel the hip flexor as well as through the haunches of this left leg. And just hold here. Remember, the knee and ankle should be stacked. You should be able to lift those front toes. Make sure that foot is far enough forward. We're going to go ahead and take this leg, this front leg, as straight as you can. Feel free to use your block if you need to. We're just going to come up rounding the back. Hold at the top. Let's go ahead and exhale and lower down. Relaxing just a little deeper. Just sink another millimeter. And inhale, let's take it up, rounding. We're going to hold it at the top. Try to keep those shoulders relaxed. Exhale, start to lower it down. All right, got one more time. Readjust that back leg, push through the heel, straightening this leg, hips drop, shoulders relaxed. Maybe now we take it to the inside. Inhale and lift and round. Hold. Remember, this front leg does not need to be straight. And exhale, lower. We're going to press off with this right foot and move back into a forward fold. Let the head drop. You can jog those knees and just kind of release it a little bit. Remember, your hands are anchored, so block, floor, or body, as long as you're avoiding that knee joint. Let that head drop, shake it out. Coming back to that breath. Big inhales, slow, controlled exhales as you relax those shoulders. Big inhale. As we exhale, we're stepping back with the left. Same thing. Reach back. Hips drop. Find your spot and hold. Let's go ahead and give me a check. Your knee and ankle are stacked. You should be able to lift those front toes. Reaching back with that left. Leg is straight, pressing back through the heel, dropping those hips. All right, let's go ahead and straighten up this front leg, round, straight as you can. Exhale, lower, coming back down, sinking just a millimeter deeper, still keeping integrity through that back left leg, pressing through the heel. Let's go ahead and inhale and take it up, rounding through the back, just getting this front leg as straight as you can. Remember, blocks are helpful here to get you up a little straighter if you want to straighten that leg. And let's go ahead and exhale, lower. Maybe you can take both hands to the inside and drop just a little bit lower. And inhale up, round. Keep breathing. And let's go ahead and sink it down. All right, if your hands are both to the inside, take one on either side, push off with that back foot, and move into that forward fold. Again, legs are straight if you need to, jog it out or shake out the legs, whatever feels good. Let the crown of the head drop, sink and hold into forward fold. Stretching out through the back of the legs, we're stretching out the low back, just releasing everything on the back of our body. Let that head drop and release through the neck. Bending those knees, hands to your thighs if you need it, or let them dangle. We're gonna slowly come up. You're squeezing your glutes. Squeezing your glutes helps that low back out. Moving into warrior one, we're gonna step back with this right foot. We're going to take this front foot and it's going to be pointed forward. You're gonna start with those hips pointing to the side and just get nice and wide with the feet. Now what I want you to know is this back foot does not need to stay this way. What's really important is that you get those hip bones pointed forward. So if you need to, you're gonna adjust this back foot. So up nice and tall, hip bones, turn forward over that front leg. So if you imagine they're headlights of a car and those lights need to point forward. Now I want you to sink through that front knee. And as you do that, you're gonna start to feel the stretch through this hip flexor and into the front or top of the leg. These are your quadricep muscles. From here, I want you to think about just always pulling back on the left hip, pushing that right hip forward, and staying nice and centered. Feeling the strength through that front leg, taking the arms up. Now, if arms up isn't an option for you, there are some people who that does not work for. You can place your hands here. You can also place your hands in prayer. Whatever feels good for you, whatever makes you happy. Shoulders relaxed no matter where you are, space between your chin and chest. This is a very confident pose. Straightening that spine. Now as you exhale, see if you can sink just a little bit deeper and hold. I want you to breathe through this. Let's go ahead and straighten up that leg. We are going to take the hands into prayer. We're going to turn to the side. We're going to come back to that bent knee. Now, if you are more experienced or you have the strength, you can keep this bent knee the whole time. So you can go from one to warrior two without straightening that leg. From here, you're making sure that the heel of your foot and the arch of that back foot are standing on the same line. Sinking low, opening this front knee. What does that mean? That means it's not turned in. You're pressing it back. You'll feel a big difference on the stretch here. I also don't want you to push your glutes back. Your tailbone is tucked under best you can, sinking down. Hands can be in prayer. Hands can also be overhead. We are now going to take them into the letter T. So your arms are parallel to the floor, shoulders are relaxed. Pull those blades together. You're looking over the front middle finger. Breathe. Relaxing the shoulders, not rounding through the back. Remember, we're lifting. This is a confident pose. Sink a little deeper if you can. Hold. You're feeling that burn through the leg, I hope. That's building strength. That's leaning out those legs, building endurance. Control the breathing. Big inhale. All right, on this exhale, we're going to drop this right hand and right hip. And you're just going to turn and bring it back to the front and come back into warrior one. Now, what you have to remember is that you got to pull back on that left hip and really push that right hip forward. Back into that warrior one. Hands where you like, space between your chin and chest. Squeeze those blades, lift that heart. Hands to your heart in prayer. You're going to slowly come on down. We're going to push off with this back foot coming onto the toe and then moving up into a forward fold. Now, if you'd like to shake out that standing leg, feel free. Coming back into that forward fold, crown of the head drops. Your hands are anchored, body block or floor. Keep that breath deep. Then I want you to bend those knees and just slowly roll up again. Hands can be on those thighs for support. We got to do that other side. At the top, we're just going to roll those shoulders up, back, and down. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to step back with the opposite leg. So left leg comes back. This is a big step. Your foot comes to the side, lining up the heel and the arch. Hip bones turn forward as we bend into this front right knee. Adjusting this back foot as we need to get those hip bones forward. We're pulling back on the right hip as we push that left hip forward. We're sinking into that front knee. Hands where you like them. Shoulders down, blades together, space between your chin and chest. Nice confident pose. Hold and breathe. Even if you don't feel confident, fake it. Breathe through it. Feeling the stretch going on through that left side, the strengthening in this front right leg. Breathe. All right, let's go ahead and smoothly transition to the warrior two. Your hands are going to come into prayer at the heart. We are going to move to the left. So my back is going to come to you. Adjust this back foot. Rearrange those feet if you need to. Bending into that front knee. Pressing that right knee back. Letting it open up. Tucking that tailbone. Sinking down. Pressing out through the pinky toe on that left leg. Arms come out like the letter T. Shoulders relax. Pull those blades together. Popping that chest up. Looking over the front middle finger. Now, all of this going on, you got to try to relax through the shoulders. Release your jaw. Just focusing on that breath. As this front leg starts to burn, I want you to focus on the breath. Stay with it as long as you can. Chase that burn down. Don't be afraid of it. That burn is the change happening in the muscles. Make sure you're pressing that front knee open. Big inhale. On the exhale, let's go ahead and drop that left hip and that left arm. We're going to pull back on that right hip. We're going to square back up and come into warrior one, sinking that front knee. That knee and ankle are stacked. Hip bones are forward, shoulders are down. You're leaning back slightly, lifting that heart space between your chin and chest. Hands to your heart. Let's go ahead and take it all the way to the floor. Pushing off with that back foot, just rotate onto the back foot and push off, coming into forward fold. Again, you can shake out that front leg if you like. And then relax down into your forward fold. Bending those knees, tummies tight, slowly rolling up. At the top, shoulder roll. Take a nice big inhale up. On the exhale, we're gonna step back with this right leg and come right into warrior two. See if you can do that. This front knee opens, tailbone tuck, sinking down, nice and wide, pressing out through the pinky toe, lifting the heart, shoulders down, looking over that front middle finger. If you need to, just adjust the feet as you're standing there. All right, we're gonna move into a dancing warrior two. We're just gonna do this upper body movement as we keep those legs nice and still, but staying low, right? We're working on the opening through the hips as well as the strengthening through those legs. Let's go ahead and take that left palm up. Right hand comes back to this back thigh. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, we're gonna move back. We're reaching out with the hands like we're trying to touch the ceiling, keeping those shoulders down. Now we're going to come forward. So now this front left arm, it comes to the thigh. Maybe it goes to the floor, but either way, we're not sinking. We're not putting pressure. It's very lightly. We're using the strength in our legs to hold us up as now we reach that other arm up. Release that right arm in front of the face and use it to just cartwheel those arms back up. Back into two. Check yourself. Tailbones tucked, sinking down, pressing that knee open, shoulders down. Let's do that again. Front palm up, right hand back. Inhale. Exhale, reaching up and out. No pressure on this back hand. It's just for support. And let's go ahead and bring it forward. Thigh or floor, no pressure. Arm comes over, bicep near the ear. Release that arm in front. Cartwheel those arms back. Warrior two. Last time, right hand back, left palm up. Inhale. Exhale. Move with the breath. Inhale, sweep it forward. Exhale, relax it back into two. All right, let's go ahead and take it down. Push off with that back foot. Come on up, forward fold. All right, if that front leg is talking to you, shake it out. Let the crown of the head drop. So the idea with that dancing warrior is to eventually move with the breath. For every breath, there's one movement. So that's why we started and took our time, moved a little faster the second time, and then the third time moved with our breath. Please do what you can. Listen to your body. Only do what works for you. All right, let's go ahead and bend those knees and slowly roll up. Woo, squeeze those glutes. At the top, shoulder roll. Okay, stepping back right into that warrior two. Back with that left leg. Sink, tuck, shoulders relax. That heart is lifted. You're pressing open that front right knee. Shoulder blades are down and together, staring over that front middle finger. All right, here we go. So we're going to take that back hand to the thigh. Right palm up, inhale. Exhale, reaching up and out, lifting out, shoulders are relaxed. And now moving forward, we're going to move this front arm either to the thigh or to the floor. We're still keeping that right knee pressed open, reaching the arm overhead, biceps near the ear. You're reaching out, separating those ribs. Release that arm, coming back, press that right knee open, sink a little deeper. All right, round two, back hand down, front palm up, inhale, moving a little faster, exhale, reaching out, you're trying to touch that ceiling, and bringing it forward onto that thigh, or maybe down to the floor, no pressure. If I remove that hand, see how my upper body doesn't change at all? Press through those feet. Release that arm, bring the body back up, warrior two. Okay, let's see if you can move with the breath. Back hand, back, front palm up, inhale. Exhale, let's move back. Inhale, coming forward. Nice big inhale. Exhale, releasing those arms, coming back. Pressing that front knee open. Shoulders down, blades together, and take it down. Pushing off. Forward fold, maybe shake out that front leg. Good job. I know that it's probably burning. Let that head just drop. Tummy's tight. We're going to stay here for just a moment and catch our breath. So focus on a nice big inhale and slowly exhaling. And knees bend, tummy tight, squeezing the glutes, slowly rolling up. Shoulder roll at the top. Coming into mountain. All right, let's do a quad stretch. So we're going to go ahead and take the weight of our body to the left side. Now, if you have a hard time grabbing the foot, you can use your strap. The strap, the loop goes around the foot. The strap comes over the shoulder like a sack of potatoes, and you just use it like a little pulley system to bring that foot up. You also can move against a wall. Place that foot behind you, top of the foot comes to the wall, and you just start to lean back into it until you feel that stretch. So those are some options for you if grabbing that foot is just not something that works for you. So we're going to take the weight of the body to the left. We're going to reach down with that right hand. We're going to grab the ankle, or maybe the foot, or maybe if all you can reach is the heel, just grab the heel. Softening that stabilizing left, facing forward. Roll the shoulders, tummy's tight. You're going to pull the heel as close to the glute as you can. Now I want you to tuck your tailbone and push your hips forward. You should feel that intensify. If it's still not enough for you, you start to pull the leg back, keeping the upper body where it is. This other arm can be wherever you like it to be so that you can maintain this stretch. Really watch this right knee that it doesn't come out to the side. I want it right next to the other knee. And let's go ahead and slowly release that. And then we're going to switch to that other side. Coming back into mountain. We're going to take the weight of the body over to that right. We're going to reach down. We're going to grab that left. Same thing. Knees together, tummy tight. Tuck your tailbone, press your hips forward. Soften that stabilizer. Right arm where you like it to be. If this isn't enough, start to pull that leg back behind you without changing that upper body. So it's not going to go huge, right? We're not moving into dancers. That's the next one. So for now, we're just holding this quad stretch. Breathe through it, relaxing through the shoulders. And relax it down. All right, so moving into dancers, if this is a pose that is really difficult for you, I want you to continue just holding this quad stretch. Feel free to also use your strap for the dancer's pose if you want to try to get a little more length through the body. It's that same position I just told you about. The loop goes around the foot, the tail of it goes around the arm, and you're just using it to help bring your foot back, okay? If you're following me, let's go ahead and take the weight of the body to the left. We're going to reach down for that right. We're going to square up to the front. This time, we're going to take that left arm out, softening that left knee. We're going to start this time to lean forward, and you're trying to bring that foot, or excuse me, that chest parallel to the floor without opening to the side. We are square to the floor, square to the floor. Now, if balance is an issue, having a wall or a chair or something in front of you can reach for works great. Do not straighten out this balancing leg. There is a slight bend. And you're just going to push your foot into your hand and squeeze and lift it toward the ceiling just as high as you can get it. You're going to feel the stretch through that quad, that other arm, maybe biceps near the ear, reaching out straight. And then to come out of it, we just slowly reverse it and release. Shake it out. So as a little tip, if you find that you're a little lightheaded, it's probably because you weren't breathing. I do it all the time. If you're in my class, you know I'm always kind of coming out of poses going, oh, I forgot to breathe because I'm dizzy. And the next time I do it, when I breathe, I don't come out of it dizzy. So if that is something you're finding, just try to remember to breathe. Back into mountain. Shoulders relax. Weight of the body to the right. Let's bring that left behind us. Find that balance. Tuck and press. Reaching the arm overhead. Starting to come forward. This right knee is bent. Reaching that arm out. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Then you start to push the foot into the hand and lift it higher. Keeping that tummy tight. Making sure both hip bones are pointing forward. We're not opening, we're not rolling open to the left. Breathe through it. And bring it up. And releasing it down. Whew. And shake it out. Yeah, much better when I remembered to breathe. All right, coming back into mountain pose. Space between your chin and chest. Soften the knees. Tuck that tailbone tummy tight. Catch that breath. Taking a nice big inhale, reach those arms up. As we exhale, let's go ahead and swan dive this time. Nice and easy, coming down into forward fold. Crown of the head drops. So you should feel this release through the low back. That dancer's pose does work into that, let this compress kind of into that low back area. So this is the counter stretch to that pose. All right, let's go ahead and step back in the right foot, and we're going to take it into warrior feet. So on the side of the foot, heel and arch are lined up, hands to the thighs, tummy tight. We're just going to go ahead and straighten it up. I want you to straighten that front leg. We're going to pull back on this left hip and push that right hip forward. So we're squaring our hips to the front. Again, remember that means we can change that back foot if we need to make sure those hips are square. So normally, right, warrior feet, we bend the knee. This time we're going to keep that leg straight. We're going to work a little deeper into that hamstring. So facing forward, big inhale up. On the exhale, reaching the hands out, pulling back on this left hip as you slowly drop the chest down. When you feel the pull, hands to the thighs, keeping that back nice and flat. Maybe your hands can make it to the shin and keep that back nice and flat. Of course, we never place our hands on this locked out knee joint. And then slowly coming down, if you can, a little further. Feel free, of course, to use that block to help you here. Once you're in that holding position, make sure you're pulling back on that left hip like you're about to drag this leg back. Shoulders relax and hold. Now I said locked out joint. It really isn't locked out. You're not pressing that knee back. I want just a teeny tiny itty bitty bitty bend. Just let blood flow. Big inhale. Now as we exhale, if you'd like to, you can round your back and come on deeper. Let the head drop, relaxing. Still pulling back on that left hip. All right, now we're going to move into an open twist. And what that means is we're going to turn away from the body. So if you have a block, again, it can be to the inside of that front foot. You can also place your hand on the foot, the floor, or the shin. Any of that works great. Let's go ahead and take this right hand to the right hip. Belly's tight. We're going to drop this left shoulder as we turn and try to bring our chest to the side. Now, if you can get this shoulder back and that arm comes up, this is a great position. But if you find that your arm is out here when you straighten it, we don't have enough rotation through that upper body. So hand comes back to the hip and we continue to rotate, trying to open it up so that we can get that arm straight up. You want a straight line from one hand down the other hand. If you have a mirror, it's even better. I don't, so hopefully I'm ish. Breathe into it. You may feel the stretch through here as well. Just breathe. All right, rotate. Bend that front knee. Rotate the back toes. Push off. Forward fold. Ooh, maybe shake out that front leg. Let that head drop. All right, we got to do that other side. Big step back, left. Warrior feet. Bending that front knee. Walk those hands up. Once you're up there, straighten that front right leg. Pull back on the right hip. Push that left hip forward. Hands up, big inhale. Remember that front leg is not locked, but it is straight. Flat back. And you feel the pull, boom, hands come down, wherever that may be. Keep pulling back on that right hip. This could be very intense at first. Give it time. Never rush it. Remember your block. If you need to, there's 3 levels, high, medium, and low. So use whatever you can. If you don't have a block, stairs, stool, a couch, something. Pull back on that right hip. Push that left hip forward, tummy tight. And now, round. Let's go ahead and take your chest closer to that thigh, letting that head drop. Pulling back on that right hip, pressing that left hip forward. Remember, this knee's not locked, but it is straight. Big inhale. As we exhale, moving into that open twist. So the right hand comes either to the shin, the foot, the inside, or onto that block. We are going to open up now this left side, hand to the hip. Pull back on that left shoulder. Take that gaze to the ceiling, getting that arm straight if you can. Remember, if it's out to the side, hand back to the hip, and work on that rotation first. Keeping that tummies tight, breathing. You may feel it here among other places, right? Don't be surprised if it's there. That's the twisting part. Breathe. No pressure on this bottom hand, right? If I move it, nothing changes. Keep it easy. And let's go ahead and rotate down. Bending that front knee. Rotating on those back toes. Pushing off. Forward fold. Maybe shake out that front right leg. Woo. And letting the head drop. And bend those knees, tummies tight, slowly coming up. And rolling those shoulders, keeping those glutes squeezed. All right, I have a couple more poses for you, and then we have our corpse or shavasana. So let's go ahead and step back with the right leg. It's a runner's lunge, and then you're gonna turn to the side. So we're coming into a standing straddle. I want you to just widen those legs as much as is comfortable. Hands can stay at the hips, and then nice flat back as we slowly come down. We're gonna take those hands right underneath the body. Block if you cannot reach the floor. Remember those 3 levels. And for now, I want you to keep that nice flat back because I want you to bring focus to the legs. So those feet, you're pressing out through the pinky toes. So really think about rolling out almost toward those pinky toes. You're gonna feel the stretch on the outside of the foot and up the side muscles here, these peroneals. These are kind of hard to stretch. So really think about pushing out through the pinky toe and getting nice and wide so that you do feel the stretch hitting the side of the leg. Once you're comfortable, well, once you're done, you're finished. You may not necessarily be comfortable. I want you to bend the elbows and just let the head drop toward the floor. And maybe just give that head a little shake. Holding here. If you feel like your legs have gotten too far away from you, you just put the hands down, readjust the feet, and come back down. Moving into a stretch and throwing in some back work as well. Let's go ahead and take this left hand. We're going to grab the right shin. Left hand, right shin. Your right hand just lays on top of the left hand. I want you to drop that left shoulder. Relax the head. Pull your tummy in nice and tight and just use those hands to help pull your chest a little closer to that right leg. This is when you'll start to feel it hit that back right here. This is going to hit that low back. Now from here, if you can and would like to, you're going to just turn your gaze toward the ceiling, all the while pulling your chest in, feeling that stretch. It'll move up the back now and really hit not only the low back, but underneath the shoulder blade. Breathe here. Don't be surprised if these peroneals, these outside leg muscles are starting to burn. Stay with me as long as you can. Stay balanced in the center of the feet. You're right over the arches. I don't want you in the toes or in the heels. Release and come back to center. If you need a little break, just bend those knees. Give yourself just a second. Maybe adjust. And now we're going to go to the other side. So the right hand grabs the left shin. Left hand is on top of that right hand. Drop that right shoulder. Pull your chest closer to those legs. And now drop and twist. You can stop at any point. You don't have to go all the way. Maybe you're still just in the standing straddle with those hands touching the floor. That's fine. Listen to your body. Every day is different. Honor what it's trying to tell you. Breathe deeply. And release it back to the center. All right, to come out of this, I like to just bend my knees, take those heels in. So now I'm in a wide stance, and then from here, hands to your thighs, and just slowly come on up, of course, squeezing those glutes at the top. And then you can walk those feet together. All right, our last pose is corpse pose. So if you're in a place where you don't want to lay down, you can do your Shavasana in this standing position. But that doesn't work for a lot of people. So if you have the ability to come on down to the ground, like if you're in a hotel room, maybe you can lay out some towels or a bed sheet, a bed cover, something on the ground so that you can lay down onto it. It's not a big deal to do that for corpse because we're not worried about slipping or anything like that. So you can also lay down on the bed, anything to get comfortable. Maybe you don't have any of those options and you just want to sit in a chair, placing your hands on your knees with your palms up and your first finger and thumb touching. Anything is great. Just gives you an opportunity to do just a little meditating or just a little quiet time for that brain. So go ahead and get into your corpse position. Once you're down there and you're ready, if you're on the floor, you can just use those heels to kind of march that spine nice and straight. You can take those glutes and just pull them off to the sides to help you get low, relaxing that low back. You're opening up through the hips. Your hands are relaxed. If you're in corpse, they're next to your body with those fingertips curled in. They can be pointed towards your body or up at the ceiling. You're relaxing those shoulders back, getting that head nice and released. All right, from where you are, let's start focusing on the breath. Taking a nice big inhale. Slowly exhale in control. Let's try to inhale for 6 counts. Try to exhale for 8. Inhale, deeply breathe. Exhale, relax the muscles in the face. Inhale, pulling air into the belly. As you exhale, just feel your body sinking deeper, relaxing the shoulders, the thighs, the glutes, the hips, all relaxed. Deep inhale. This time as you exhale, I want you to think about relaxing the muscles across the forehead and into the temples. Release the muscles around your eye. Get rid of any expression. Release the jaw. Feel the tongue relax. Walk that relaxation down the neck into the upper back. Feel those shoulders ease and release. As you sink a little deeper, the spine relaxes, the abs. Feel those hips release and the glutes. There's no tension built up and held there. Relax the muscles through the legs, front and back. Feel the kneecaps release. Relax through the lower legs, through the arches, and finally through the toes. I want you to just take a moment to relax the mind. Let your mind just be a white screen. I want you to focus on that breath, letting go of any distractions or stressors. Just give your body this moment. Stay here as long as you like. Namaste.